talk about protection magic, many of us imagine shields, wards, or something we need to defend ourselves against. We picture protection as something activated only when danger appears, something reactive, something sharp. But in Scottish folk tradition, protection was often more quieter than that, more relational, more rooted. And very often it was Rowan. Rowan has long been known as a guardian tree, not because it stood apart from daily life, but because it stood right within it. It grew near homes, beside doorways, close to byres and paths, and the places where people lived ordinary lives filled with care, worry, hope and responsibility. Its presence did not signal fear, it signalled attention. Rowan marked a boundary not as a warning but as a promise. Something here is being tended. Something here is being held. In folk belief, Rowan was associated with protection of livestock, children, travellers and the household itself. Its red berries were seen as watchful living symbols, reminders that care can be visible, vibrant and alive. Protection in this sense was not about keeping the world out, it was about anchoring what mattered. This is reflected in the kinds of protection charms people used. They were simple, a small rowan twig tied with red thread or wool, a cross of rowan hung above a door, or a sprig carried in a pocket while travelling. These were not elaborate rituals, they were made with what was already at hand, often quickly, often quietly, woven into the rhythm of everyday life. What protected people was not just the object itself, it was the relationship with it, the attention given to it, the intention to notice what felt safe, what felt off, what needed care. Rowan protection was participatory. It asked you to stay present. When we talk about boundaries today, they are often framed as walls, strong ones, high ones, boundaries that demand constant enforcement and vigilance. But Rowan teaches a different kind of boundary, one rooted in self-trust rather than defence. A boundary grown from self-trust does not need to be rigid. It responds, it listens, it adjusts as you grow and change. It doesn't harden you, it steadies you. Protection that grows from care does not exhaust you. It does not ask you to be on constant alert. It allows you to rest in the knowledge that if something truly needs your attention, you will feel it. Rowan does not teach us to scan endlessly for threats. It teaches us to listen inwards, to notice the subtle signals, the tightening in the body, that quiet unease, the moment that something just feels misaligned or draining or just untrue. Often your body knows long before your mind is ready to name it. that knowing is already a form of protection. You do not need to justify every instinct. You do not need to predict every outcome. Listening is enough to begin. This is protection as relationship, protection as care, protection as presence. Rowan stands at the edge of the forest, rooted and attentive, reminding us that boundaries do not need to be walls to be real. They can be living, they can be responsive, they can grow alongside you. Rowan is one of the guiding trees in my root and ritual path, not because it promises invincibility, but because it teaches this quieter strength, a form of protection that doesn't ask you to disappear behind barriers, but invites you to stay connected to yourself. If Rowan is showing up for you right now, it may be asking you to protect what matters by tending it, by listening, and by trusting what you already know. And sometimes that is the strongest magic there is.